Katrina Onasanya versus Mada Saru Odasanya. And I understand you both spoke, or at least one of you spoke to the Women's Resource Center and you were unable to reach a consent agreement or weren't interested in the process. So we will go ahead with the hearing. I'm going to give you a little bit of the instructions. I'm going to swear you both in a moment. The petitioner bears a burden of proof to prove that act of family violence or threats of family violence have occurred, and that there is a reasonable likelihood of them occurring in the future. So I'm going to ask, you're both self-represented, so I'm going to be asking questions of you both. I'm going to start with the petitioner again because she has the burden of proof. And then I will ask Mr. Onasanya if he has any questions that he wants me to ask her. If I think they're relevant, I will. That is not completely necessary. We can also just go straight to Mr. Onasanya testifying after that. And I will give both parties the chance to give testimony and present any evidence that they may have already submitted to the court. While one party is testifying, there will be no interruptions. Okay. Everyone, I would ask you to keep your faces neutral. No shaking your head or rolling your eyes or, any faces. It's really distracting when we're here on Zoom because it's very close. It's a little different than being in the courtroom. So let's just keep our faces as neutral as possible. I'm also going to ask the other party who isn't testifying to stay muted. This keeps down background interference so we can all hear what's being said. Okay. And how do you know Respondent?
I met him online 5 years ago, and he's my husband currently.
Okay. When did you all get married?
February the 15th, 2019.
Okay. So you've been married over 4 years?
That's correct, Your Honor.
About 4.5. Okay. All right. Do you have any children together?
No, not together. No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any minor children of your own, Ms. Onasanya?
No minor children. Oh, you're asking me or him?
Mr. Onasanya, please remain on mute. I'm not going to have any questions for you for a few minutes, okay? Please put yourself on mute. Like I said, the other party is to be on mute while the one is testifying. All right. So, ma'am, I was just asking if you have any minor children.
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay. All right. And can you explain to me why you filed your initial petition for protection?
Yes, Your Honor. Please bear with me. I have some anxiety. This is not a time that I look forward to, and this would not be a day to personally attack anyone. I petitioned for the courts because of safety reason. I was scared, and this is just a day that I want to use my voice to outline my concerns and fears and asking the court for protection. I actually watched my 17-year prayer for a husband come to manifestation, and then it transitioned from elation, bewilderment to shock and fear. What led me first to petition the court was after years and years, and I kind of attached an evidentiary timeline, Exhibit A through U, but I won't go through it until you tell me. But initially, what led me on March 2nd was the defendant came home after days of being gone. It was clearly that our marriage was in shambles, and he was away for 3 days. He came home very irate. I've seen him like this before, so I kind of knew that this moment with both of us in the same area, common area, would not be a good thing. So I retreated to my bedroom, where I locked the door. He came home, and I could hear him through the Ring camera. He was mumbling and complaining, looking for something. I really couldn't tell at the time what he was looking for. So I'm thinking that it would blow over in a few minutes. And he came banging on the door, saying that, open the door. I have his mail. He wants his mail letters. I had no clue, Your Honor, what he was talking about because he's been gone for 3 or 4 days. And finally, I think I got some clarity. He was saying that he wants his mail, but it's not every day that he gets mail, nor myself, because he doesn't have any bills with his name that comes to the house. He has some personal, maybe business bank statements, but a lot of his stuff is electronic. And so it's not every day that we get mail. So this particular instance, it was 3 days that passed and there was no mail. So he began banging on the door, open this door. If you don't open the door, I'm gonna bash your head in. I was like, what is going on? I started recording.
All right, hang on one second. I'm going to probably stop you sometimes. And both of you, just so you know, I'm going to be taking notes. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. And I'm looking to the side, I'm looking at the docket in your case, okay? So when you said March 2nd, are you talking about this year, Ms. Onasanya?
Oh, yes, 2023, I'm sorry.
Okay, and he was banging on the door and said, if you don't open the door, I'm going to bash your head in?
The bedroom door, not the front door. He has a key.
I understand. Okay, so I'm sorry, the bedroom door?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just one moment. Is this a house you all rent or do you own it?
Own, Your Honor.
Okay, and do you own it together?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So he said those words, and then what happened?
Okay. Yes. And so after that, that's when I started recording, and I was asking him. I said, "Can you just please leave the home?" And he was like, "No, I cannot. I need my letters. I need my letters." The banging continued, the cursing, everything continued. So I called 911. I called 911. First to arrive was a male police officer. The male police officer came and he kind of asked me what was going on. And I told him that my husband had been gone for 3 or 4 days and he's asking for some mail that I don't have. And he said, okay, let me talk to him. At some point during his interrogation with the respondent, my husband just trying to get a sense of what was going on and if he can diffuse the situation, there was a female officer who came as well. So the male officer asked him, what's going on? He said, I came home after, several days. So the police officer, the male police officer, asked him why he was why he was away for so long. Maybe if he just for a solution to the problem, the police officer asked him if he could come home either every day or every night or get a PO box. And the respondent said he could do neither. And so the police officer just, was asking him some other questions. And at some point, the respondent started edging towards me, and he was getting, he was just I say, not striking me or anything, but just yelling at me, calling me names, coming towards me. And so both the officers told him to go back to his side because we live in a ranch house, but on the right side, that's where he's been staying since we moved into the house, and I stay on the other side. So the policeman asked him, is this the room that he's staying in? He said, I continue to ask you not to address her, and you keep addressing her, you keep moving towards her. So now I'm going to ask you to go in your room and let me talk to Mrs. Ontropolis or Miss Katrina. He was calling me Miss Katrina. The officer did say, I see where he's kind of getting violent or he's being aggressive towards you. He gave me some items to contact the Women's Resource Center, as well as how to take out a TPO order. And I did upload those 2 documents as evidence. That was the first instance where I initially wanted a TPO. We did.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
So you all live in separate parts of the home?
Yes, we always, we got married February 15, 2019. Sometime in April, the respondent, my husband, said that in his African culture, husbands live in their own bedroom. Well, even his father had 3 wives, and his father lived in a bedroom in each of the 3 wives. And so he said that's his custom. And he moved out of when we were dating for a few months, he never mentioned this. And also after we got married, he didn't mention it until after I actually filed an I-30 petition for alien. But that's because he was an undocumented worker. And I filed for him. He asked me and I had no problem because he's my husband and I loved him at that time. So a month after we married, we only knew each other 3 months. And so after we got married, he moved out of the bedroom, and which I found was very strange. The only time we would either come together is when he would either call me on the phone or either come to the bedroom and say he wanted sex. So we never really stayed in the same bedroom the whole entire marriage. Maybe So
we just, and I'm sorry, I've noticed. So you all both own the house, though. You moved into it together. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Correct.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what happened after March 2nd, after the police left.
Okay. After the police left,
I mean, you don't have to tell me like every day, just
okay.
We're talking about incidents of violence or threats of violence or things that made you fear for your safety.
Right. Prior before that, but I didn't file a TPO, was April 4th, 2021. This was a month after we moved into our home. The respondent came home late. Well, he came home, I'm not sure, but it was in the evening. My grandchildren were here. We had not talked, Your Honor, since we filed for the house together in February, the end of February 2021. He basically stopped talking to me. I wasn't sure why, but he stopped talking to me. So my grandchildren came to visit during spring break. They were 8 and 10. He came home later that evening and he went to his room, his side of the room, which when we moved in, he was just sleeping on the bare floor. I moved in, when we moved in, I moved in a bedroom into the master suite, but he never moved into the master suite. He moved, we have 3 bedrooms. He decided to own a bedroom that he wanted to live in, but he didn't have a bed or anything. So he slept on the floor basically. So when my grandchildren came to visit, I had my granddaughter at the time, this was in 2021, was 8. My grandson was 10. Since we had 3 bedrooms, I said, well, maybe my husband wouldn't mind sleeping in the same bedroom with me for a week while my grandchildren were here. So I put, there was a bed in the 3rd bedroom already. that we had together in an apartment. Well, it was mine, but we slept in that for a time. Then there was an empty bedroom where he was sleeping at. But I said, maybe he won't mind if I put a mattress in that bedroom so my 10-year-old grandson can sleep there. He came home. My grandchildren greeted him. He didn't say anything. He just went in the bedroom. He was getting ready to close the door, but then he realized a mattress and he started arguing. Who in the hell put this mattress in my room? Who did this? And he was struggling trying to get it out. So my grandson said, Papa, do you need help? Stupid, leave me alone. Don't say anything to me. And he threw the mattress outside. Granted, this is like 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So, and we had just moved into the home, into the neighborhood. I went to retrieve the mattress outside and I put it, at this time, our dining room was empty. So I put the mattress in the dining room and he continued to call my grandkids stupid. And I'm like, what is wrong? I said, did you have a bad day? I said, why are you cursing and yelling at my grandkids? They didn't do anything to you. He continued, and I was so afraid of his bizarre behavior. I mean, it was very loud, the threats, he started yelling at me. So I called my son.
Hang on a second. What threats was he making to you?
He was just, well, basically he was calling my grandkids stupid. And I said, stop calling them stupid. And he said, they are stupid and you're stupid too. He said, you're stupid. So he wasn't really threatening me. He was just calling us names. At that point, he was calling us names. But his behavior with the yelling, the shouting, throwing the mattress outside, it was very bizarre and no one did anything to him. So I called my son, to my adult son, who lived maybe 10 or 15 minutes away, to come to see if he can diffuse the situation so that he can stop yelling and so the grandkids can go to sleep and everything will be peaceful. Because typically in the African culture, they don't listen to women, they listen to men. So I said, well, maybe my son can calm him down because I really don't know what's going on. And so my son came over and my son said, were you calling the grandkids stupid? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. And he said, yeah, I called them stupid. I'm not scared of your muscles. What you coming over here for? And so him and my son really didn't say anything. He said, man, I'm not trying to have anything, trying to have an altercation with you. My mom called you because she was upset you were calling the grandkids stupid, which is my niece and nephew. And so I'm just trying to diffuse the situation. And he was about to walk out the door. He said, just don't call them stupid again. And then the respondent, which is Mr. Ontropolis, he ran over to my grandson and got in his face. He had to stoop down and said, stupid, and screamed at him. And so my son just kind of body slammed, really just put him down on the ground to move him out of the grandson's face. And so my husband got up and said, I'm calling the police. He called the police, or attempted the first time, and the police didn't come right away. So he was actually, I'm leaving, Mr. Ontropolis. He said, I'm leaving, I'm getting my stuff. So he gathered his stuff from the bedroom where he slept in with no mattress. He got his things. He actually left. And then he came, and then my son was at the door. He said, okay, everything is calm. He's gone. I'm getting ready to leave. When he opened the door, Mr. Ontropolis was at the door, and he said, I forgot my financial documents. And so I said, okay, let me go get them. I'll go get your financial documents, which is W-2s or whatever else he needed, which I kept in a file for the household. As I was separating the documents, he said, I can do it. I don't need you to touch it. I said, no, my documents are mixed in with me. I said, I can read your name from mine. I said, let me do it. I will separate it. I will give it to you, and then you can leave. And then I don't know if you can see it, but I have like a metal paper tissue holder there. It's metal. And he picked that up and put it in my face. And he said, you're stupid. And he put it in my face, and my son was standing right there. So
Hang on a second. I'm sorry. When you say tissue holder, you mean a Kleenex, like a paper tissue? Let me just describe it.
Oh, it's metal. It's a metal paper holder.
Paper towel.
Paper towel holder, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And so my son, to diffuse the situation again, he put him down on the ground. And so my husband, both me, at this time, I saw that the situation was getting out of hand. So both me, my husband and I both tried to call the police. The police eventually came, but it took a while. My son actually went back home and said, just call me if you need me again. The police came. asked me my side of the story, asked my husband his side of the story, and asked my grandson, who was 10 at the time, did you play the recording? Well, some of the recording that I played after the incident, where my husband was still screaming and calling him stupid, and I submitted that evidence to the court as well. And
okay, maybe we need to start looking at some of this evidence, or so I don't know how you have it labeled, but the clerk can pull up some things.
Yeah, I have it labeled A through U. And did you want, I mean, I don't know how you want me to go through the timeline, but if you just want to listen to the recording from the incident of April 2021,
I mean, if you have particular evidence of, like, if you have a recording of the incident or pictures, those sorts of things, I don't need a timeline of something that you've written, but if you have things you want to show the court that are relevant, that's fine.
I do. I submitted everything already, Your Honor.
Okay, you need to tell the clerk what you want me to see.
Okay. Exhibit M is the video where respondent comes home from work in a bad mood. The video is labeled April 4th, 2021, which is the same date of the incident. Yeah,
right,
definitely.
So you recorded that?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Did you hear at that time, Judge?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so that was part of the video that I showed the police. So that's when he took our statements and he asked my grandson, did he fear for his safety? My grandson said yes. And that was in April 4th, 2021. The next incident.
Did the police arrest him or anything?
No. He told the police that he was going. He had all his stuff, his personal item packed in the car, and we actually separated for like 3 weeks. It was when my pastor, I told my pastor what happened. He called Mr. Ontropolis and asked would he agree to marital counseling. He agreed. We met with the pastor, and we decided together to reconcile. And that was in April. That was at the end of April. So he left, he moved. He said he moved into an apartment, a house share with someone else. But he did come back the end of April, and we resumed a marital relationship with him moving back into the bedroom. But things kind of became okay. Things would.
And now I just want to make sure I understand, that was April of 2021.
Yeah, that was in April of 2021. I also exhibit N. After the initial encounter of the police officer, I did reach out to his cousin, and I texted his cousin to let him know, and I sent his cousin a copy of the video too, to let him know that I'm not sure exactly what's going on with your cousin, which is my husband. You know, he's having these outbursts, and he was yelling at my grandson and me. And I asked his cousin, could he talk to him? So that was Exhibit N. Exhibit O.
Is Exhibit N what we just watched?
No, Exhibit N is a text message just to substantiate that this encounter took place, and I reached out to one of his family members so that his family members could maybe try to talk to him, to reason with him. So the Exhibit N is just a text message that I sent that the night of the accident. I mean, the night of the incident, April 4th, 2021, Exhibit N. But this this is the first time that he left before he came back. So I told his cousin, as soon as he left the first time, Eddie Bajo, and that's his middle name, so that's what we call him, left without police interference. He was taking out his anger on an 8.
That's okay. I can read that.
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
We can take that down.
Okay. Okay, so that was Exhibit N. Exhibit O is cell phone footage.
Okay.
And that, again, I always retreat when an argument ensues. I retreated to the master bedroom. I locked the door. And when you begin the recording, you can hear that the door is locked, and he's kind of like trying to open the door. And I'm telling him to leave. And you can hear on the, well, I'll let you listen to the audio, but I'm pleading with him to leave. And he's
okay. Yeah, let me listen to it.
okay. and it's a cell phone audio of a respondent calling me names.
Okay, let me look at that one more, Judge.
Let me actually for a moment, y'all are self-represented, so let me explain a little. And I haven't been keeping it very. All right, so Mr. Onasanya, if you have an objection to any of these exhibits being admitted into evidence, I'm going to go back and we'll talk about each of them now. You can let me know. An objection needs to be a legal objection. Like if you just want to kind of argue about the context or it's not what she says it is or whatever, we can talk about that. Like you can explain it to me in the your testimony. It will just go to the weight of it. But do you have any? So I think we had M, which was a brief clip of what she says was a video from around the April 2021 incident. Do you have any objection to that being admitted into evidence, sir?
Thank you, my honor.
Okay, listen, this is not time for you to testify. This is time for you to tell me if you have an objection to it. And if so, briefly tell me what your objection is.
My objection to the video is that I have it. I will send it to you, the same video, to watch it. I wish
Okay,
this was.
so that's not an objection. So that's fine. You can introduce evidence. You need to send it in right now. You need to send it in right now to the clerk, okay? Because we're not going to wait hours for this evidence to come in. This has been reset 3 times. You've had plenty of time to get the evidence in, so go ahead and send it. But I hear what you're saying. I'm going to let it in over objection. And if you have an alternative video of the same incident, the court will be happy to see that, okay? Now, speaking on position on N about the text message that she purports was one she sent to your cousin, do you have any objection to that?
I have no objection to the fact that she contacted my cousin.
Okay, then we'll let that into evidence. We're not testifying right now, okay? In position on, I'm sorry, exhibit O, she couldn't find yet. So we're going to get back to that. I'm going to be checking in with you on, I guess, exhibits A through U, and we'll do this each time, okay? So you can go ahead and mute yourself again.
So Judge, I do have like 4 videos, but they're not labeled.
Okay. Mrs. Onasanya, do you have any guidance you can give the clerk on figuring out the order of the videos that you've sent in?
No, because when you're trying to upload videos, Your Honor, I did my best to try to label, but I put it as Exhibit O, but I do have the name of the video. Like I said, it was labeled. If she goes to the video, it should be the year, the date of the video. It says 2022. 12:03. So that's the date that I took the video, December 3rd, 2022. And then there's a number. The video is numbered 080527. But if she
are you talking, does it say something about when you're opening a letter? Something dealing with the mail?
Okay, yeah, that's part of Exhibit M when he was saying, I mean, that's part of Exhibit, well, that's part of the March 2nd, 2023, when I started off telling the judge about the initial response to the respondent when he came home upset. So that's a audio recording of him saying just screaming at me. So if you want to introduce that when you can.
What letters are you talking about? I don't have any mail. I'm telling you I do not have any letters. I do not have any letters. I do not have any letters.
All right, so that's from March 2nd, you were saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Onasanya, do you have any objection to that coming into evidence?
I want to clarify what objection really means, my honor. I don't know. Does it mean I should say it exists or not? What do you mean by whether I have objection? I don't know.
Because like she hasn't, you could say she hasn't laid the proper foundation of what it is.
Yes. She hasn't laid proper foundation of what it is.
Well, actually,
And-
I'm gonna find that she did. She said it was an audio she took on that date, okay?
Yeah,
I'm gonna- Go ahead.
she took the audio of me saying, you have my letter, you have done it before. I have reason to believe you have my letter. It's been 5 days of no letter, and I feel...
Sir, I don't want to hear about the argument. You're gonna talk to me. I'm gonna give you all the time to talk to me. What do you
Okay.
have to say about the audio? Do you have a problem with that audio? That it's not
Yes,
what she says
the-
it is?
The audio existed, but the context of the audio was just me saying, I
Okay,
have...
You can tell me the context during your testimony, okay? Okay, that is not an objection. Like, you can explain that and that will go to the weight of the evidence, okay? So I'm gonna let it in over objection. All right, Mrs. Onosanya, we can go through the exhibits and I would really like to just kind of get an idea of like the
Okay.
incidents from your testimony, because we're
Mhm.
getting, it's just, sir, I'd like you to stay on mute. All right, go ahead and tell me, like, so you have told me about something that happened on March 2nd. You've told me about something that happened during April of 2021 during spring break.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about?
Yes, Your Honor. June, this is when I refiled. I refiled in June because in May, the respondent, well, actually it goes back in January of 2023. I'm sorry, I thought I heard something. January of 2023, the respondent said that he was moving out. He was tired of the long commute with his job. When his children come to America, him and his children were going to move to the North Druid Hills area, different area. So, and I was perplexed about that. That was in January. So then again, in May of 2023, he came to me and said that he found a house share with another Nigerian. He was going to move out. And if I wanted to let him back in when he came, he was going to pay the other guy $750 a month. And if I wanted to let him back in, I could. Or if I wanted to disband the marriage, I can do that too. It was totally up to me, but he was moving because he wanted to be close to his job, and he hates where the commute from the job. And so that would be up to me if I wanted to let him in when he comes back, but he was moving out sometime in June. So again, Your Honor, we've always slept in separate bedrooms. So when he told me in May that he was moving out, I said, fine. I said, the marriage is dissolved. Then we won't be having sex. And so sometime in June, he came, June 8th, I think it was. And it was early in the morning, maybe like 4 or 5 or 6, maybe 7. No. I think he called me, but I had my ringer off. So I didn't know he was calling me at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. He wanted to have sex. And I didn't see the phone. So he just comes into the bedroom where I'm occupied, and he jumps on me. This was later, after he had been calling 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and jumps on me and started pulling my pants down. And I was asleep, Your Honor. I'm like, what is it? What is it? What's going on? And he said, I'm having sex. What do you mean what's going on? I said, no, I don't want to have sex with you. And he said, I own you. And he started quoting biblical scriptures. You have to ask him what biblical scriptures it was, but it pertaining to a wife having to obey the husband. And I said, get out. And he still was on top of me. I said, get off. So I kind of pushed him off of me. And then my phone is by my nightstand. And I picked up the phone. When I picked up the cell phone to start recording him, that's when he left. And I just told him at that point, you said you were leaving the marriage. The marriage is over. There's no way that I'm going to have sex with someone who's emotionally and mentally abusing me and calling me names and calling me bastard. So I hope we can find that audio, because I do have it. I can send it again if she can't find it. But I do have the audio where he's always, from the onset of the marriages, calling me names and calling me out of my names. And so I said, no, I'm not going to have sex with you. And then that's when I decided it's too much. My hair was falling out, Your Honor. Of just fear of safety. There was infidelity in the marriage. He will leave and I don't know. And I found letters of other women. So I said, I'm not safe. I don't know what he's plotting. I just felt very unsafe and very scared. And so I did file another temporary order in January. I mean, in June.
When did you first file a temporary protective order?
March.
So after
the letter incident where he came and banging on the door, I did file that. I received a text or call from his cousin. Well, he was out of the house. I received.
hang on a second, okay? I need to get a little bit more clarity. So after the March incident, you filed a protective order.
I did.
And was it granted?
It was.
Okay, and what happened to it?
I got a call from his cousin, the same cousin.
Did you dismiss it?
I did. I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and why was that?
Because he agreed that he would not have any more outbursts. He agreed that he will remain peaceful. And I didn't let him in initially. We met actually at City Barbecue in Decatur. And when I talked to him, he seemed like he was in a calm mood. And I wasn't even at the home. I was staying in the hotel. So I told him, I said, well, I'm staying at the hotel. I didn't know if you were going to try to come back or not. I'm staying in the hotel. And he said, okay, let's go to the hotel. I talked to his brother, and I also talked to one of his friends from UK that he wanted to invite to the US. And he told them that we've reconciled. And they both encouraged him to be a better husband and to make the right choices. So I spoke to his friend and his brother. And
okay, so you decided to reconcile?
I did, Your Honor. I did.
Mm-hmm. Right, and so that you asked for it to be dismissed.
I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. But then this happened in June and you filed this one, and this is why we're here today. Is that right?
Yes, it is. And I even before that, when we would have arguments, I will call my pastor and text him and ask my pastor can all of us sit down so we can get to some type of agreement. So like I started off, Your Honor, I prayed for a husband for 17 years. It finally manifested. And not only a husband, a Nigerian husband. So it was something that I really wanted. I really prayed for it. And I was really trying to keep together. After all the arguments and all the signs of aggression, yes, I did stay, Your Honor, because I loved him. And he always said he was going to change. But after the March incident, and then again the June, and then him telling me that he's leaving the marriage in May, but it's like a revolving door. It's like he wanted to pick and choose when he can come back to the marriage and when he can, and have sex with other women. I found letters, I found receipts of restaurants, and I submitted all of that into evidence, even though I know
that's okay. We are not here about infidelity.
Right.
That is upsetting, but we're not I don't need to see evidence of infidelity.
Right.
Let me ask you a couple of questions. Has anyone filed for divorce?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay. DeKalb County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you believe you need a protective order for the next 12 months?
I do, Your Honor.
Can you tell me why you feel that way, please?
I feel unsafe. I feel that the main reason, or the only reason he married me, is to get his green card and to get his children here to the US. Once he thought his children was coming in January, that's when he told me he and his children were leaving the marriage. And well, not his children, but he was leaving the marriage. So after he got his green card, that's when I started notice the abuse and the way he started talking to me.
When did he get his green card?
March. Well, he got the temporary green card in March of 2020. I mean, in December, December of 2021. We got married in February of 19. I'm sorry. Let me start over, Your Honor. We got married February 2019. I applied in March 2019. In December 2021, he was granted a temporary green card, Your Honor.
All right. So of the evidence that you have submitted, the exhibits what is it that you would like me to see? Like I said, we don't need to see evidence of infidelity.
Yeah, if you can.
This is the narrow issue of acts of family violence or threats of family violence. Okay.
all the cell phone video, cell phone audio and video that I submitted to the court is of him being violent. So it's nothing. It has nothing to do with infidelity. Those
Okay,
are
well, let's help the clerk find it so she can play it.
I will make all this known to the court.
Do it.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't do it, you're a bastard.
Okay. I know I'm a bastard. This is a volatile relationship.
Your words, 3 words
This-
for me. Your words, and I don't care.
This is a volatile relationship, so you need to leave. Passive aggression.
I cannot.
Yes, you can.
Go to the court.
I will. I've already gone to the court, and you'll receive your papers at work in a few days. You'll receive your papers in a few days. So leave. That was the exhibit, oh, Your Honor, December 3rd, 2022, where he was calling me a bastard, and I retreated to the master bedroom and locked the door.
Mr. Onasanya, do you have any objection to that coming into evidence? You will be able to explain any context around it yourself.
My objection is that the recording she made is true of we having altercation, and you are saying you are done with this marriage, and I'm calling your bluff.
Okay,
Go
so wait,
to
I don't
court.
need to, sir, I know it's so difficult because neither of you are a lawyer, but it sounds like you want to explain what that recording is, and you can definitely do that in your testimony, okay? Every single one of them you can explain to me, okay? So I'm going to admit it. It's going to be admitted to evidence. Do you have another one?
Oh,
Let us have, you have, even if I'm a judge to judge the case, you have won even, I mean, from the so don't walk up yourself. You have a great case. I swear, anybody can see. So don't walk up yourself. Don't you walk up. It's easy. You have a great case. Nobody will look at it twice and not award you even my blood. So
Your Honor, that was the other part of the video from December 3rd, 2022, where he was calling me names. Right after he called me names, his behavior quickly changed. It started to be very calm. Sometimes he's very aggressive, yelling, and then all of a sudden he'll get calm. And he was just saying, don't work up yourself. You know, the judge will award you even my blood. So he went from yelling and screaming to now trying to convince me to open the door. So that's just the exhibit P, which is just the same video, but just the latter part of the video.
Can we pause this? I'm sorry, what is this?
I'm sorry. This is December 4th on his birthday when he came to my church. This was just after the next day after him calling me a bastard. He appears at my church. We go to different churches, but I didn't come home after that argument. When I locked myself in the bedroom, I left. When he left the house, I left and got all my stuff. And I guess he thought I was going to appear in church, and I wasn't. So now he's up on the pulpit saying how wonderful our life is. And we had just had an argument on December 3rd. This is December 4th, 2022. So it's just too much back and forth and gaslighting and being calculated and manipulative on his part. But there was nothing calm and sweet about our marriage. So,
All right, Madam Clerk, you can finish it.
and also the need for it. So this job that now just came September. You had so much package to even say that insurance was.
All right, Mr. Onasanya, do you have any objection to that coming in? You're not on mute.
Hello, you hear me?
I can.
The video at the church,
You can just say
What?
no objection. If you don't have an objection, then you can explain it later.
I am in the video. It's me. I was at our church for reasons.
Okay, all right, then we'll
Intervene.
admit it. We'll admit it into evidence. You can explain later. All right. Ms. Onasanya, anything else?
yes, but that's all until she can find the rest. Or if you want to see that one, I can email it to the court.
It's up to you. You can submit whatever you need to submit. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to testify that he told you that, it's all right. All right. So your testimony is that, again, just to conclude, I guess, this part. You feel you need a 12-month order because you feel like this is going to continue into the future. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I tried to withdraw it once, and it continued. So if I withdraw it a second time, it'll continue. I feel that it'll continue.
Okay. All right. Oh, just a second. I thought I was going to sneeze. I'm sorry. Okay, Mr. Onosanya, I am going to, this is another part that actually confuses a lot of people who represent themselves, and I understand why. If you would like to have me ask Ms. Onosanya any questions, you can tell me and I will phrase it, or you cannot do that and you can just testify and tell me what you want to tell me about this case. So, but if you have any specific questions you want to ask her that I will ask her, you can tell me, or we can go straight to your testimony. It's up to you, sir.
I will do both.
Okay, then tell me what the first question is.
The first question is, the allegation that I came and jumped in bed with Toha on June 9th, did it ever happen under the earth?
I'm sorry. Whoa. I need you to calm down because I'm having a hard time understanding you. When you get loud and we're on Zoom, it gets distorted. So I heard you say something about the June 9th alleged incident. Now, what was that second part about it?
Did it ever happen? Did it occur or not?
Whoa, I don't understand what you're saying. I need you to not shout, okay? What?
Okay, I'll be calm. Thank you. My first question is, let her reiterate to you. Let her emphasize that she has
what is your question?
The question is, I want to put a question. Did it happen that I attempt a false intimacy with her? Did it happen and not a fabricated story? That's what I want first of all.
Okay, you want me to ask her if she's lying? Because I'm not asking that question, okay? She already swore under oath to tell the truth. I'm going to assume both of you are telling me the truth. Do you have another question? That's what we would just call argumentative.
Let me go to my testimony. Let me go to my testimony.
That's fine. Ms. Onosanya, please mute yourself. Okay. You've heard your wife's testimony about some of these incidents. What would you like me to know about them? I can ask you questions just like I asked her. If you want me to go through each incident that she talked about, we can do it that way. Would you like me to ask you questions, or would you like to just talk to me for a while?
I want to talk for a while. I just want to talk and give testimony.
That's fine. Go ahead. I may slow you down if I can't understand you. Okay.
Please do, ma'am. Thank you. And my testimony is that the number one accusation of me seeking to have intimacy, that's where I will start from. I'm starting from the very accusation by which she's getting a TPO. The number one accusation of me seeking to have intimacy with her by force never existed and never could or would have existed while I remain who I am. And I don't have a list of anybody I can refer to, but if there is anybody that you can do a research who had ever known me from my life beginning to the current date, anybody do a research. If there be millions, if there be one person up to a million, as many, find out if they think such can be associated with me on earth, backward and going forward till I die. The person that they know me to be, if they say so, if anybody said it is so in your research, I mean, I can pay for such research. I can pay for it. If anybody can associate me to seeking anything by force, money or sex, now and even in the future, if anybody can associate me with that, let me be, I don't know. I want to start from there. So I am near perfect. I want to talk who I am. I am near perfect morally. She knows. She had cause to vaunt, to boast of me in some Christian, I don't know, a Bible study online, which our pastor was a member of. The one person you call husband that you were proud of, and I'd say, oh, I never saw a man like him, morally, there, spiritually. Because of you asked to grind, you can go to the extreme of bringing the greatest defamation against me. That alone, if it could be found out by any research, any investigation, and anybody who ever knew me can say, it's a figment, there's a figment of truth in it. Let the court decide. And then going forward, I'm saying this is, I want to give my background. On the very day, that day, this is what happened. I had not been at home. Yes, I want to address the case. I had not been at home 2 days prior to the day she said I came to seek intercourse with her by force. That was June 9. She said I came on June 9 to seek intercourse with her by force. On that particular day, I was to have court disposition, and I really did. I had court disposition at 12, thereabout, I think 12, for an accident of 2019 that still linger. The case, the claim is not yet closed. I had a court disposition ahead of me, for which reason I had to come and wear long sleeve shirts, because at my job I was in t-shirt Thursday, but I had this disposition on Friday, so I came home. And when I came home, I was tired. I mean, I just went to sleep Thursday night. Friday, I was going to have court disposition at about 12 in a lawyer's office. So I woke up preparing for my court disposition for the accident of 2019, and get myself ready mentally for the court disposition of that accident thing. I got ready and and I went to her bedroom. This is Friday. She's sleeping till now. Okay. And I went there. How are you? I went to the bedroom. She was sleeping, facing the other side. I mean, not facing who will come from the door, facing away from the door. And I got to the wife. How was night? Oh, husband, fine. You're still sleeping? About 8? Oh, serious? Okay. And I said, you care for sex? I see the background. I have court disposition. I think 12:30 was that appointment. I said, you care for sex? Because I had not been home Wednesday night, Tuesday night. I came, I think I had not been home. No. I had not been home. I was not home Monday night, Tuesday night. I came Wednesday night. I slept Wednesday night. I left Thursday morning. But because Friday, I will need a shirt to look formal in my court disposition, I came home Thursday night. Remember, I left home Thursday morning, but I came back the same Thursday night. But Monday night, I didn't sleep at home. Tuesday night, I didn't sleep at home. I slept at home Wednesday night, and I slept at home Thursday night. So when I went to her, I just went to her. I said, you care for sex? She said, it will not be here even if I have sex. I will not go to have sex with you on mattress on the floor. Just like she said, I slept in a room away from her. I'm coming to the reason why that has to be. I said, I said, you care for sex? She said, even I'm not going to follow you to have sex on the mattress on the floor. I said, I don't belong here. If you want to have sex, that's where I belong. She said, no, I'm not. I said, no problem. And I was walking out, and she was trying to justify that I belong to the master bedroom, because we had contention of money, financial. If she had come to say anything about financial, she wanted me to get a TPO. She has said the truth. We had underlying factor that I do not think will end till thy kingdom come about money. But to come and say I came, and just that's the flashpoint. when she said she was not going to come with me to have sex on mattress in my, I said, I don't belong to this master bedroom. I cannot even, I've by policy, I've been sparing myself from long stay. Maybe I just say, hello, good morning. I don't see myself belonging to the master bedroom for the treatment she has given me in the marriage, for the abuse, for the assault, for abuse that I've had in the marriage, deprivation that I've had in the marriage. Why should I think? I don't want, that's part of not forcing things. I've abandoned the master bedroom as, okay, hold it. It's your thing. If you are greedy of everything, I will give you everything, even if you need my blood. If you see me talking about you have my blood, it's like saying you are so greedy. If you want my blood, you will have it. That's the context where I would say, like I saw one of the video where she said, hey, when I was telling her that you will win at court, just take it to court. They will even award me your blood. That's like trying to flatter somebody and say, what will you not get? You will get justice. Go to court. They will give you not only the house, because the house was our obsession. The house was our obsession. You know what? They will give you the house. They will even give you my blood. Those are the contexts in which I'm saying if I'm talking, I know I can be passionate, even as in, I don't know, my rebuke can be sharp and frontal. But again, I'm saying again, accusation of violence, me having to be hurtful by any means other than word on earth.
Let me ask you something, okay? Because I hear what you're saying, that you get passionate when you're upset. She talked about an incident, hang on a second, on March 2nd, 2023, about the mail. And she said that if you don't open this door, you said, if you don't open this door, I'm going to bash your head in. Did you say that?
Never. I never will tell a person I will assault. That is, I will bash your head. I will slap your face. I never will say that to anybody. Not to her. The last person that will get such. What I said at the door, I got to the door. I said, because I'm still coming back to the accusation of sex, I want to exhaust and make sure there is nothing to be found.
You've said it multiple times. I understand your position.
Okay, about March 2nd, I came back, by which she got the first TPO. I had not been home one night or two nights. Okay, no. I don't even know whether I had not been. We were not talking for some time, because she pissed me off. And my own is, you don't say sorry. I am not the type that will go and be reporting and say something has happened, meddle with it for us. Say sorry. She knows me. She will say, I can quote the Bible. We are adults. You are in your 50s. I'm in your 50. I'm in my 50. Why? How many times are we going to take ourselves to people on fetish things? You will not say, I strike you. You cannot. If I am that violent, because she has reported me to almost anybody she could find, my family member, my cousin, and my brother, she has never said to them that I will want to violate her. Why on this one day, when you could not find any means by which to pursue your avarice, to get the house we bought together? I'm coming back. My honor, please remind me, because I'm not too coordinated. When I say avarice, why does she have avarice for the house? Anyway, March 2nd, I came home, and I'll be like, for 1 week, I've not had mail. What is strange? I should have had more mail. I'm expecting a mail. And when I went to the box and see whether there is any mail there, because normally we'll put mails on the tab, the kitchen tab. So I didn't see mail there. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 5 day. That was not even like I was away. Anytime I came home, I didn't see mail there. She was in that time. I did not stay away from home. I will remember. But when I come home, I don't check on her. She's locked up in the master bedroom. I went to my own small room. It's a 2-wing house. So Monday, I come home from job. I went to my own corner of the house, she in the master bedroom. I did not go to knock the door, hello, nothing. Tuesday, I came back, I did not knock the door, I did not, but Wednesday, and I was just looking at where we should have common letter, the kitchen tab. I did not see letter there Monday night, Tuesday night. I don't know. But by Friday, I came home on this particular, I said, all the week long, I didn't get any letter. Would she have done the same mischief? What do I mean by the same mischief? There was a time we were not talking. I was expecting letter. The letter came. I checked the mail. I saw a letter there. I had always felt when we don't talk, could I trust her to have my back? I mean, dead or alive, even if we have misunderstanding. So one day, before the March 2nd, one day, I saw my letter in a box. I left it there. The letter was important, but I left it there. She didn't know I left a letter there. Then 2 days after, the letter was no more there. That means she has had the letter. I was watching until we reconciled and started talking. I did not go to disturb her because we're not talking, but I knew why we're not talking. She has had the letter. The letter, I saw the letter in the box. I didn't take it because I was trying to see what extreme she would go when we are in malice. So I saw a letter in the mailbox. I didn't take it. 3-4 days later, we reconcile. They are now say, hey, wife, do you perchance take any letter for me? I mean, I've been expecting letter. No, I didn't take any letter for you. No, you're lying. There was a letter there on so day. I didn't pick it. I was trying to test you. I have a letter. I saw a letter, but it's not in the house. I took it with me to job. So why are you saying I didn't have a letter? I forgot. The letter is her job. Bring my letter. In fact, that night, bring my letter. Just bring my letter tomorrow. And then she went. Okay, she went. That was a Friday. No, I'm trying to say what had happened in the past. So she went and brought me my letter. So from that day, I now felt, so my test, she has failed the test. I saw a letter in mailbox. I didn't take it. I waited till she took it, but she didn't give me, and it was not where we usually put letter. So that was why on 2nd March, Friday night, March 2nd of this year, I came home. I didn't see letter Monday to Friday. So Friday, we have not been talking. I now went to knock her door. I say, wife, where are my letters? You don't have letters. That's what you see in the video. You don't have. I say, I have letter. You don't have letter. I say, I have letter. You've done it before. So don't tell me I don't have letter. You had the record of keeping my letter. Bring my letter. I don't fucking have your letter, you bitch. You have my letter. Bring it. If that video could be comprehensive, you'll be hearing us, you bitch, I don't have my fucking, you have my letter, bring it. I was just trying to drive her to see whether she has done some mischief again of keeping my letter. And eventually when she said she didn't have letter, I walk away. I did not bang the door. But we were exchanging bad words. You have my letter, bring it. You did not see where I banged the door in that thing. There was no banging the door. So you bitch, you have my letter, bring my letter. You've done it before, you've kept my letter, and I can't trust you. I can't trust you. But when I drove so far and heard that she didn't bring my letter, I felt, maybe she didn't have my letter. And I went back and I went to my bedroom. It was later, I didn't know while we were talking in that altercation, she called the police. So I just saw the police came and they say, hey, come. So when the police came, I was telling the police, she had done it before. When I tried, I set her a trap with my letter and she fell for it. And that letter was any letter that has to do with...
You don't need to explain about how you did it before.
So I was telling the police, and maybe my possibly aggravation of flaring up, police, I did not trust her with my letter. We don't want to hear. So at the end of the day, she could say, oh, police were talking. He was trying to explain to them. That is how she got that even when police came, I was showing aggravation. But that was trying to come close to you, to smack you, to touch you in the presence of his smoke. I've never taken not even a stick of cigarettes. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm going back now to my moral personality. This is Adebayo Onosonya.
Mr. Onosanya, can I ask you about what happened in the incident when April 2021.
Good.
Did you pick
Yep.
up a paper towel roll and put it in her face, and then her son put you on the
Nah.
ground?
Let's see whether there is she should have it. I mean, she had a camera. I'm going back. That's the chief place where things began to get trouble in the marriage. But let me quickly answer the question. You had camera. You cannot be saying, why did you not cover that? What you cover on that day was where I was saying, call the police. I mean, let the police come. They put the records back. Okay, let me go back to April 4th, 2021. April 4th, 2021. We got this house in February 25, 2021. This house, we were living in a rented place in Decatur, Jefferson Square apartment, DeKalb Industrial Way. We were living there. After 1 year of our marriage, we're having issue of the rent going up, the apartment leaking. As a wife, take mortgage and let us buy house and let's go. From here, they are taking the rent up, everything. Why? Oh, she said she does not qualify for mortgage again because she's owing student loan of 150,000 that she has never serviced. For masters, 2 masters she has. I said, what? I have masters, I study with my money, we just talk it off. Then we're leaving. At another time, the apartment breached us in a way, I think another water leakage or so. The wife, let's get out of here. She said, man, I told you I can't get mortgage. Whatever I will get will not be enough for
Okay,
us to buy house.
let's go. Let's move on. I don't
So-
need to hear about
So
the apartment.
why that was the case, and I said, okay, you can qualify for mortgage. I joined with her, and now we now qualify for mortgage. We now bought a house. We bought this house because I now joined with her and qualified for joint mortgage. Beside that, I gave her money by which she cleared a credit card to be able to qualify for the mortgage in the first place. She had credit card loan. I gave her money, settle your credit card, this thing. We bought this house. When we were looking for where to buy house, this is the foundation of the trouble. I said I was not going to live at the place where she was proposing for us to go to. I didn't want to go live in Stonecrest, Latonia. I foresee myself working, in the city. I was in Claremont Road at that time, and I was foreseeing to switch to another job. I was prospecting for another job about that time around there. So I'm not looking for staying further away to commute so long from my job. But she manipulated me. Remember, I made possible for us to qualify for mortgage by joining with her. She never could get mortgage again all her life. I joined you to qualify for mortgage. You manipulated and insist on where will be suitable and right for you to commute to your job. So based on that, I was now like, this is a betrayal. This is a stab in the back, because she put down the NS fee, and it looks like we could not go back. She did not even have the money. I have to put down the closing fee, the down payment for the house. I single-handedly funded the house. 14,700 of mine from my listing for the house. We got to this house because I was mad about the location and how she skewed up the whole thing against me to get us a house at a wrong location. I was mad. I said, when we got to the house, I did not join her in the master bedroom. She had already filled up the master bedroom to give me no space for anything to put there, just for me staying back in the rented apartment for 1 week. The day we got the key to the house, she had moved. I was still staying because we still had some days of grace. Our lease has not ended. I stayed 3-4 days. She said, because I was mad about the location, she thought I would not come. Therefore, she set up the room as though I would not need to be in the room with her. So when I got to there, I said, I pay for the house. You came set up the house as though you will have it alone. You said because I was mad about the location, you did not know I will come. That alone was like semi-crazy. Can somebody be this When on the day that I signed 14,700, you say, husband, I will forever be grateful to you because you could not get a house again. Just 1 week, you are thinking I will not come because I was pissed off about the location of the house. Those kind of betrayal, I could not stand it. And you furnished the house as though you had it alone. I could not have anything anywhere in the master bedroom to stay in. So I now took one room and I said to myself there, being mad, protesting the letdown, the betrayal, I was sleeping on bare floor in one of the spare room, the 2 spare room. I was mad. The first 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, I was sleeping on bare room, not even talking to her. How could somebody do this to me? And they warned me not to buy a house with you. And I said, wife is wife, whether I marry a wife in America or here. Everybody warned me. I swear to God, one of those that warned me, I've not even told her. She has ejected me because I'm ashamed. They said, Joe, are you all right? You want to buy a house with a woman? You don't have children together? I said, bullshit. I will do it. I'm sorry to use that vulgar. They said, you are the one that know too much. You do it. So based on that betrayal, I was mad and I restricted myself to 1 bedroom away from the master bedroom, seeing that she did not even give room for me to have anything, to anywhere to place anything. So that's how staying apart happened, but it was not meant to last long. I wanted to see her get sober, embrace me back, let me have place to identify together, 2 of us in the master bedroom, but the greed just started manifesting. It was then I knew it was a setting. She knew what she was going to do as soon as we get the house. So based on that kind of disappointment, that was where the flaw came from. The whole flaw of the marriage. I've been downcast and devastated about that. So
Mr. Osanya, can you get to April 2021, please?
So now on April 4th, I came back and I now saw a mattress put in the place where I contented myself sleeping on the bare floor. I was sleeping on the bare floor, hoping to be appeased at some point and get back to the master bedroom. I was ready to do that if she will appease me. I was mad, keeping malice with her, husband. So I came back April 4th. That was Easter Sunday, 2021. And I met a mattress in the room where I annexed. I said, who put a mattress here? Did I beg for a mattress? I took the mattress. Another lie. I took the mattress. I'm not insane. I'm not maverick. I put the mattress, bringing it out to put it in the living room. She was trying to manipulate. He put the mattress outside. For what? I put the mattress as I was bringing it out, struggling to bring it out through the door because the boy, one of the grandchildren, was just laughing me off. I said, stupid, stop it. She said, don't call my grandchild stupid. I said, he's stupid. He said, I'm finna call you. That is she. She said, I'm finna call you to come beat your ass. Because I called the grandchild stupid. I called the grandchild stupid because I was struggling. I was having fun laughing at me the way I was struggling with the mattress. I said, stupid, stop it. He said, don't call my grandkid stupid. I said, he is stupid. Then she picked up her phone. I finna call you. That is her son. Her son is a twins. The one that called me stupid is just a son to one of the twins, but not the father of the guy I called stupid. It's uncle to the one I called stupid. So because that one stayed nearby, some maybe 15 minutes, I never knew where he stayed. He said, I finna call you to beat your ass. I said, you to beat my ass? Oh my God. Did I hear you well? I kept quiet. I said, my God. And then he called you. That is his son. The uncle to this small child, to the boy. The boy was on that day 8 years or 10 years, was age mate to my own son. I have to on that day the boy was 10 years rather 10 years. I have 2 sons. That's the age of my own son.
Okay,
Today
Mr. Onasanya, just
go
ahead.
She called you, and I'm like, I'm finna call you to beat your ass, to beat the ass of your husband. Oh my God! And you came, and let me tell you, I've told her the story of how I don't have comfort. I never have beaten anybody first. The last time I fought, we used to laugh it up. He said, man, so your ass is chicken liver. That was in my middle school too. I said, I fought one boy one time. The guy beat me. So I'm not the one. I think the guy beats me. I know, man. Somebody can die in a fight too. You know, I was going to die if they did not separate me. The guy would have
Okay, we don't
killed
need to
me.
talk about middle school. Okay, let's stay on April 4th.
Okay. So you came, and I just want to give impression of who you was. I intimidated you. Once you came, I said, my God, so your mama called you to come and you came? I'm disappointed. No. So you came into this house to come and tame the husband of your mama. He said, yes. Why are you calling the child stupid? I said, he's stupid. I called the guy, dare call the boy stupid in the presence of the uncle. And the guy said, you don't have to call. I'm going to beat you. You beat me. So they built you here to beat me and you cannot. So I wanted to see the world because it was like a dreamland. The whole thing, the sun will come and before I knew it, he got my back down like George Floyd version. Nothing short of George Floyd version. Sorry, George, please. I begged for my life. He left me. Oh God. I was devastated, crying. Went to the room, packed my things. I said, no, have the house. I don't belong here. I packed all my things in a car. As I was driving away, and before I ever went, I called police. It was me who called police. They muddled up the story. I called police. Police didn't come. Eventually, I packed my things I was going. As I was going, I remember I had my W-2 and some other things. So I came back. I made a U-turn. When I came back, I was asking her, I have my W-2 with you. Please, okay. She went in to get the document. And I said, please let me have it. I know how it is. Just let me have it. I was trying to ask for the document. Let me have it. And then the son was saying, leave her alone. Leave her. I said, what's your business? I have to have my eyes to know what's my document. She's taking my time. I don't want to leave here. And then the boy was pushing me away. Leave her. Don't go near her. Don't go near her, mama. And before I knew it, this boy pinned my back again on the floor. And I swear to God, if she did not say, yo, don't kill him, leave him. He was at this thing, maybe consciously or unconsciously, the guy was going so far that she said, yo, leave him, don't kill him. She did not record that part. When Yo was saying something, she said like this, she knows how to make me bring out what she will want to record. She told Yo in that thing, my honor, listen to that thing, at a place in that thing, she told Yo not to talk, not wanting Yo word to be captured, but only my word. She was putting words in my mouth, and I don't care because everything I stand for is naked. I'm as naked as air. And I'm saying, I will speak. Take those words to court. Let them go and see who is right, who is wrong. Anytime she's provoking me to talk, because she has tons of recorded things. I don't record a single one thing she ever said to me. I don't, because I want to live my life where I am. That's the truth. I don't have anything in the cupboard. Whatever you can hear me say is what I said. I'm not going to change it. So, while I was there, the police now came. While I was there second time now, the police, when she said, hey, don't kill him. Police now came when she released me. I was not happy. So the fact that they called the police, I want that again be researched into. I called the police before I ever even drove away and made you turn back. The police report said she called because when she came, she jumped forward to say, and police, whether the suspect, they listened to the woman of the house more than the man. But when the story was said, when I heard my own, the report says I was the victim. But that report is not 100% correct. They say she called the police. I called the police. They should go and investigate the number that I called the police. I think twice. But I called the police. Police didn't come. It's okay. But when the police came, she jumped forward. And the police, for whatever reason, they faced her to listen to her first. So they made her the complainant. She was not the complainant. And so on that day, eventually police gave the two of us, when they heard us out, they gave us document with which to file for TPO. They gave her, they gave me. They said, man, we heard your story. We really think this is,
you don't need to tell me what the police said.
The police said, they said,
you don't need to tell me what they said. That's hearsay, and you don't need to tell me what they said. Okay, they're not.
The police gave me document with which to file TPO, and they gave her the same document. I now went away. I drove away, and I was living on the road. I was living, I think, Walmart, because I didn't plan to leave the house that day. It was an incident. I went to Walmart basement, North Decatur Road. I was staying there. I told my people, man, this is what this woman did. Just a month, barely a month of the house we bought together, have been assaulted in the house. And I was just devastated till I began to look on Craigslist. I found a room and I hired a room. I rented a room. I was ready to end the marriage. But because of the pastor, our pastor, let me put it in quotes, they used to have some regard for me. The late pastor, took me as Christian. I don't know what they take me as today in our church, but they call me, in quote, man of God. They respect me. So I said, no, that will not be respectful of the pastor for me to leave the marriage and rent a house and walk away and not tell the pastor. So 2 days later, I called the pastor. I said, Pastor, I'm no longer at home. She didn't even tell the pastor. It was me who made the disclosure. If she had no skeleton in her hand, she would have said I called the pastor, you know what, so thing happened Sunday night, April 4th. This is what happened. And to my surprise, this is how much I was assaulted by the son of my wife. She's only 6 years older than me. She's not even up to 6 years older than me. A little, I would have been the father of those same children. Just 2-3 years, I'll be I said to the pastor said, this happened. It was a text message to know that the pastor did not know of it. She did not tell her pastor. The mediation was facilitated because I complained. I don't know, maybe later she would have called and told the pastor. I know she would have told a lie. But the pastor got to hear through me. The pastor said it's a lie. I will call Katrina. Do you mind I call her? And the pastor would tell me, do you want me to call her? Because Katrina can be boisterous. I remember that's what he called. I want to quickly, before I go forward, all of the accusation that I'm violent, I am passionate. I am trenchant in my expression, the way I talk. Maybe that's where all my power go into my mouth. I never will use my fist on any human being except my kid. I beat my own kid in Africa. Anyway, so I told the pastor, and it was me who made the pastor to know. The pastor said, give me 1 day. I'm going to call and verify this thing. A whole 1 day, because the pastor said was busy.
You don't need to tell me what the pastor said, okay? You just need to tell me.
That was how the mediation happened, and I was brought back to the marriage by the mediation of the pastor.
Okay.
And then going to other things she did, that's the timeline. I want to quickly go back. The timeline of this mischief of her against me was where we started by saying, oh, February 23rd, 2021. I wired 14,700, by which we got the house. February 20th.
Sir, I don't know. What are you telling me? I don't need to hear about money transfers. We're here about family
But as soon as a month, just to see that I have in my text message, before even the April 4th, how could somebody, you and a husband just got a house and you are telling him you're fucking going to send him back to his shithole country? Before even that day, that's how to tell you that she had felt this house, I'm going to oust you out of it. Because that's what I could read. How could, within 2 weeks, before even the beating, the assault by his son on me, as early as 2 weeks, we had a face-off. That face-off was in the garage usage. She said she did not expect I would join her in the house because I stayed back protesting. No, she did not make room for me in the garage. So we had a face-off concerning space in the garage. And then she was telling me that in a text message, she said, I'm fucking trying her and I was about to lose. He said, don't fucking, it's in a text message. Don't fucking play with this America. You're about to lose and be back in your shithole country with the quickness. Try me again. A message is in my phone. So before even the assault, I was taking out my trash, the son beat me. How could you, as early as 2 weeks in our new house that I paid for, as at that time, I paid for it. Though later, when I came back, the pastor settled the issue. I saw no need for me to single-handedly pay for our house. I called back for the half of that down payment. I said, wife, give me half of the down payment. So from the time I called back the half of the down payment, I began to see her rods. What did she do? She began from that time to do what? To frustrate me as to the use of the master bedroom. It was then she now said that master bedroom was hers. She's saying, I said in Africa, they don't use the master bedroom. It's a lie. She said yes, because I did not pay as much as her. The master bedroom was supposed to be hers. And then even if I would sleep there, she didn't want me there. She would say I'm snoring, and she couldn't sleep all night, and I want the light on. So we began to have controversy about light must be on, light must be off. Somebody want light off, somebody want AC. All of those things, she could not tolerate me in the master bedroom. I'd be like, what's all this? So I just now, when pastor settled the case, I now just say, okay, no use. I now went back to my floor. But I came back when they settled the matter. I came back with the smallest mattress. So when I came back after the mediation, I came back with a small foam. The mattress I bought in the rented apartment for 1 month, I brought back. And that's the mattress I still have in the house as I speak now. Though there are times I could sleep in the master bedroom, even though I did not have anything, not even a pen there. I slept there sometimes, it could be a week. But if she's mad and she treated me as in get out of the master bedroom, I'll say, from the time you began to lock me out of the master bedroom, I now gave it over. You have it. It's not my own. That was why on the day she said I was going to have intimacy with her, the context of what happened on that day was not even accusation about sex. The only thing was I said, you care for sex? Remember I said I was going to have a court deposition at about 12 p.m. that day, but I could say you care for sex. We may not even have the sex until the convenient time. So when I say you care for sex, he said no, not on the floor in that room. I said, but I don't belong here. If you want to, you come over.
Yeah, we've already covered this. Okay, you've already told me about this. So I only need new information now. I don't need.
So the context of me being violent that she put in the first TPO never existed. That I'll be violent, I'll be trenchant, and I can rebuke you, because I used to call her. What the name of this woman in the Bible? Delilah, for all the way she began to treat me. I mean, how could you put me in deprivation? You were calling me to bring.
Okay, so you said March 3rd didn't happen. And now what else were you about to say?
What else I'm going to say was the deprivation she gave me in the house was such that was another form of betrayal. How could, after I started staying only in one small room, could not share the bedroom with you for you not really you don't mean well for me to be in the master bedroom with you. And I read the body language, and I read the shutting me out, and I stayed in the small coven bedroom. Why did you progress to hinder me use of other space in the house, the foyer, where I was going to set up a reading room? We had a four chair dining room in our dining room. Just because I said I'm setting this place up for study. Beside the dining room that we had, she went to get a second set of dining chair, six chair dining chair, put it in the foyer to encumber the place so that I will not use it. And because I called back half of my money for the down payment, since I called it back, she said, I called back half of me. I'm not paying enough mortgage as her. Therefore, I could not use the foyer for reading room. And that contention lasted till the last day I left, that if I don't have the right to use the master bedroom with you, I don't have the right to put a study in this foyer, a foyer of almost the size of a room, you're now saying I should pay half of the mortgage with you. You fill the house with your stuff, but I will pay for the space you fill the house with. I have nothing in this. When I began to come with that position, she went forward and removed the cooking stove. I have that one evidence. That's the only thing I could say I snapped for evidence. And that was when she was doing it the third time. I told somebody that, you know what she did? She made the house unbearable for me. She removed the 4 burner of the stove. She removed the towel in my closet. The one she bought and the one I bought, she removed. All the pots in the house, the cooking pots and the cooking plates, she removed. She did that 4 times. I mean, we had face off. She would deprive me of convenience in the house as to make me go and not come back. Frustrates me as to leave the house for her. I said, okay, you want divorce? We're going to sell this house. She said, because she filed green card for me. I said, when I was marrying you and buying house, I was not thinking of an end of this marriage. If I was thinking of an end of the marriage, I will not join property with you. She said she filed green card for me meant I should walk away. She had brought divorce, uncontested document 4 times. And husband, we argue too much, and my friend don't like you, my kids don't like you, and I think it's not working. This document, take it. And I'll say, God, go to court. They will even give you my blood. You want this house, you're giving. We're gonna fight it in court. 4 times that she has done that. So if I'm saying things like that she recorded, I'm calling her bluff. Go to court. I'm not going to sign in this house and give up ownership of this house with you. And I fight green card for you. I said, go to court. Let them hear you out.
All right. All right. I think you've covered all the allegations that she's made and made your response.
And lastly,
I'm sorry?
I see how that context, if there be anywhere where records are kept under the sun, the record of me wanting to seek intimacy, jumping on her, never happened. Never happened. And if she says it happens, the God that can judge will judge that utterance. That's written down that I did it, and she came to say it in court again. God will judge it. God will judge it. God must judge it, because that's a lie and defamation against me.
Mr. Onasanye, you have responded to her allegations, okay?
God will judge it. It won't go unjudged.
Okay. All right. I think you've covered everything. Do you feel that way? Okay. Mrs. Onasanye, do you have anything you want to say in response?
Not really, Your Honor. I just want to get to the judgment of the final TPO. I did send you the video where he was name calling me, and the basis of my TPO is that emotional abuse, name calling. No, he's never physically threatened me, but what's next? I mean, emotional abuse, name calling, financial abuse is everything. So the only thing I fear now is that there could be physical abuse.
Mrs. Onasanye, so emotional abuse is not a basis for a TPO. You have made allegations here today of acts of family violence or threats of family violence. You said that in March you got a TPO because you said he threatened to bash your head in. Is that true?
That's true, Your Honor. He did. What he's not telling you is that I don't know when he's going to go off. The recording is never started. Okay.
No, I don't need to hear about why a recording doesn't start and catch everything. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and you also testified that in June, you woke up to your pants being pulled down and him trying to, is that true?
That was true. He's trying to tell you about other situations where he has come in the room and he had a discussion or something. But that day, and the reason why I filed the TPO is because he physically woke me up, jumped on me. I have the call log where he started calling me at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I was asleep. I did not answer.
Okay, I know you already told me this. I really,
but it's true.
Memory,
Yes, it's true, Your Honor. He did on that day, June 9th, that morning, he did jump on me, physically jump on me and try to remove my pants.
Okay, all right. So in order for the court to extend a TPO, there has to be a reasonable likelihood of acts or threats of family violence. Did you file a petition because of those things or because of emotional abuse? I mean, are you in fear of something physical happening? I
am scared that something physical will happen, Your Honor. I am.
Mrs. Onasanye, are both of you paying the mortgage?
He's not. I'm paying it.
Okay. Are there any bills that he does pay? I'm going to get you, Mr. Onasanye.
He's never paid the bill. He's giving me $500.
I'm not talking about, I'm asking.
Okay. No bills. There's no, Your Honor, I'm sorry. There's no bills in his name. He hasn't paid any bills.
Does he contribute to anything?
Before he moved, I mean, before he was asked by the court to leave, he was paying. January, he paid $800. So starting in January, he was trying to pay half. He paid half of the mortgage. Yes, Your Honor. Starting in January, he was paying half of the mortgage from January into May. After that, I paid June and July, all the mortgage by myself.
Are your financial lives separate?
It is,
Okay.
except for the mortgage. Yeah, that was the only thing that was together. Everything else, I was basically made to pay everything. So I've been paying everything except for the mortgage by myself.
How much is the mortgage?
$1,762.
Hello, man.
Where have you been staying since you left after the TPO was issued in June? You don't have to give me the address, but are you staying like in an apartment? Where?
I've been staying in my car. Everybody call people at my job, but if effective from a month, I got a room.
I'm sorry.
I've gotten a room a month ago now.
Okay, you got a room. Okay.
Yes, now.
Okay.
Everybody in my job knows I sleep in my car.
That's fine. I'm not calling people. Okay.
I want to have people to have evidence that I sleep in my car.
All right. So you've told me you slept in your car. I hear your testimony. Okay. I hear you. Okay. So you got a room. And how much are you paying for the room?
I'm paying $600
Okay.
because it's a small room.
All right. And do you each have your own car?
Hello,
Yes,
man.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Onosanye.
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
Okay, let's hear y'all. No, these are very serious issues. They're difficult issues. I know emotions are running high, and I appreciate everyone doing their best to stay civil and respectful during this. I am going to find that there was sufficient evidence presented by petitioner that acts of family violence and threats of family violence did occur, and so I am going to extend the protective order for 12 months. I'm going to go over what that order is going to entail. It's going to be in effect from today until August 23rd, 2024, and it will naturally expire. Petitioner is going to be awarded sole and exclusive possession of the residence in this, it's on Dogwood Pass. I'm not going to read the whole address out loud. I want to go ahead and jump to this and let you all know. I know there's a pending divorce that I'm going to put in this protective order, a provision at the very end that says, hang on, that this order is not going to supersede any superior court orders pending or possession regarding possession or ownership of the home that will ultimately be determined in that court in another date. Okay, so until that date, this order will be the one that is in effect as far as the residence, but any division of property or whatever happens to the resident in the divorce, that will ultimately control. Okay, so there is going to be a provision that's going to be decided in the divorce. But if it's not decided before the end of the 12 months, then this is going to be just for the 12 months of the order. Now, respondent is ordered to stay away from petitioner, her residence or workplace in any school, and any subsequent residence, workplace, or school of her. He is restrained and enjoined from approaching with 100 yards of petitioner. He is ordered to not have any contact with her, direct or indirect, by telephone, email, text, social media, sending someone else to talk to her, to mediate or anything like that. Obviously, with a divorce, if there are lawyers involved, the lawyers can speak to each other. All right. It's my understanding that I just want to confirm, Ms. Onosanye, all of the utilities are in your name.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You all have your own cars. So now, Mr. Onosanye, do you have personal belongings like clothing or personal items still at the residence, sir? I'm not talking about like big pieces of furniture necessarily, but what do you have left at the residence, like personal items? Do you have some? I can't hear you.
All my belongings are still there except my bag that I took away the day I left it.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. You're going to be able to go back with law enforcement one more time, and we will have that you will need to set that up with DeKalb County, the Sheriff's Office, their domestic violence unit. I'll put the phone number on the order that you're to set up a time with them to retrieve your personal belongings. You're to call them. They will, you will go there together to make sure the peace is kept. So that's going to be, I want you to have that done by, let's see, we'll say 3 weeks. So by, I'm just going to say September 18th. Okay. And that'll be in the order. Both respondent and petitioner are ordered to not sell, trade, contract to sell, or otherwise dispose or get rid of each other's stuff. No one is to do anything like that. Okay. You all have a pending divorce. This is not about getting rid of people's property. So no one is to do that. Also, both respondent and petitioner are ordered to not disconnect or have disconnected home utilities, change or have changed or cancel or have canceled auto, health, or life insurance for respondent petitioner, or interfere with each other's mail. Okay. Mr. Onasanya is going to be required to complete the family violence intervention program. There's going to be a compliance date where you will need to come back. It'll be a Friday morning. It'll be on Zoom for you to, verify that you have been you've signed up and begun the classes. Mr. Bernard Ellis, our compliance officer, is going to meet with you today before you go, and he will tell you how to begin those classes and how to keep in contact with him. And he'll tell you about how being in compliance with that will lead to your being excused from court on those things. All right. Also, because this is a family violence protective order, respondent is not allowed to possess or purchase a firearm, and that is from under federal law. And again, the decision about the residence is only for this case. And if there is a superior court, the divorce case, and I'll actually probably cite that case number in the order, that is, if they come to a different decision in that case regarding the residence, that's going to supersede this order for that. Okay, but not the order of protection. Mr. Onasanya, I saw you had your finger up. Did you have a question, sir? Well, you're on mute, so I can't hear you, but I think you're also shaking your head, so maybe you don't have a question.
I've forgotten it. I was going to say something. I've forgotten it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have you stick around, sir, to speak to Mr. Bernard Ellis, and he's going to tell you about the classes. Mrs. Onasanya, we will send you a copy of the order when it is filed. The clerk's office will, and Mr. Onasanya, you can get a copy of it from the clerk's office once it's filed. Thank you both, and you are excused. Mr. Onasanya, you need to stay and speak with Mr. Bernard Ellis.